Welcome back to A Veil of Crime. Tonight, we step back into Tudor England to uncover the story of Mary Tudor, better remembered as Mary the First of England, or by the darker name history has given her, Bloody Mary. But behind the fearsome reputation lies a tragic tale of a woman shaped by betrayal, loss, and the harsh weight of royal duty. Mary Tudor was born at Greenwich Palace on February 18th in 1516. She was the only surviving child of King Henry VIII and his first wife, Catherine of Aragon. Her childhood was marked by promise. She was educated in Latin, music, and politics. She was considered one of the brightest royal children in Europe, yet her life would be filled with pain and disappointment. Her father, Henry VIII, desperate for a male heir, eventually cast aside her mother. The marriage between Henry and Catherine was declared invalid, and Mary was declared illegitimate. This not only stripped Mary of her rightful place in this succession, but it also severed her relationship with her beloved mother Catherine. Catherine was sent away to live in isolation until her death. Mary suffered emotionally, and her health declined under the stress of the rejection. She was recorded to have frequent illnesses and bouts of depression. Mary's relationship with her siblings was equally complex. Elizabeth, daughter of Anne Boleyn, was her half-sister and rival in many respects. Though they would later reconcile briefly, the tensions between them never truly faded. Mary's brother, Edward VI, the Protestant son of Jane Seymour, became king after Henry VIII's death, and he carried forward religious reforms that opposed Mary's staunch Catholic faith. During Edward's reign, Mary's position was precarious. She was pressured to renounce her faith, but she refused. In 1553, following Edward's death, Mary seized the throne despite attempts to install Lady Jane Grey as queen. Mary, at 37, became the first crowned queen regnant of England. Her reign, however, was marred by turmoil. Her marriage to Philip II of Spain was deeply unpopular with the English people. It was seen as a political alliance that tied England to Spain's interests, rather than a union of love. Mary longed for children, and she experienced multiple phantom pregnancies, devastating her emotionally and leaving her without an heir. Mary's religious policies would define her legacy. Determined to restore England to Catholicism, she initiated a campaign against Protestants that led to the execution of nearly 300 men and women. These brutal burnings at the stake earned her the infamous title of Bloody Mary. To her, it was a defense of her faith and her mother's honor. To her enemies, it was tyranny. Her reign was one of fear, but also a profound tragedy, a woman driven by loyalty to her faith and haunted by personal suffering. Mary Tudor died on November 17, 1558, at the age of 42. She was broken in body and spirit, childless, and her kingdom slipping into the hands of her half-sister Elizabeth I. Her death marked the end of a tragic reign, overshadowed by the grandeur of her successor. History remembers her not as the young, intelligent princess full of promise, but as a queen who let sorrow and faith shape her rule into bloodshed. Yet behind the name Bloody Mary was a woman who suffered deeply, a child cast aside, a daughter mourning for her mother, a wife left in loneliness, and a queen fighting against the tide of history. Thank you for joining us on A Veil of Crime. The story of Mary Tudor is not only one of power and religion, but of human suffering and resilience. History often remembers her by a single name, but behind it lies a lifetime of pain, betrayal, and determination. Be sure to subscribe for more untold and tragic tales from history's shadows.